Yo, it's your Barbie K in the building. If you're watching this, it's because you're not a P. We, dear Plutonian, give this to yourself part 2. Some notes I jotted down. I'm just going to expound on them. Let's tap right in. I love y'all. Number 1, this has been a tough lesson for me to accept people for who they are. A lot of times, us with heavy Pluto placements, we want to try to make people mold into the image we want to create of them. Because remember, Pluto is about control. It's about wanting, I'm going to be honest with you, wanting a lot of control. Wanting influence over people, situations, circumstances, things of that nature, right? And if you don't have control, if you're not evolved, you can become irate to a certain degree, right? Let's just be honest, right? I had to learn to accept people for who they are. That's a tough thing for me. I'm still learning that, to accept that everybody is just not like you. Everybody is not going to be maybe as caring as you are. Everybody is not going to be as hardworking as you are, or everybody is not going to move in the pace that you want to move. We're getting away from ego. Everybody is not going to move by your whim, by what you think they should move. You know what I'm saying? How you think they should move. People are just not going to respond to you the way that you want them to respond all the time. People don't have to love you. They don't have to do right by you. They don't have to care about you. They don't have to, none of that. The world is what it is. So you just thinking you have control in the first place. You really don't have control. That's been a tough lesson for me to learn. Even now, again, just me learning. I'm still learning that lesson. Not taking things too personally and understanding that, hey, listen, I don't have control of these things. Everybody is not like me. I can't make somebody be the way that I am because I feel like they should be that way, because there's different perspectives. You got to think, it's billions of people in the world. There's a lot of different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So it's about keeping that ego in check, really, and and evolving past the need to even want to control others, people, circumstances, things of that nature in a major way within your own energy field. You know. Number 2, if you want to be friends with people, accept who they are completely. So with this, I'm not telling you to just let anybody around in your circle, right? But again, we like control as Plutonians. We like to have control over our environments, people, places, things, ourselves, right? At the very least, if you don't like to try to control other people and circumstances, things of that nature, you like to control your reactions and control yourself when out in the world and conversating, things of that nature, right? Now, again, I want to push this. If you are going to have friends, you got to understand that you're going to have to hold space for those people. Everybody is not going to be, again, this goes back to the first point, everybody is not going to be what you want them to be, right? You may look at them from an egoic standpoint and look at them and say, hey, you know what? This person is not not quote unquote a good person, or this person is terrible, this, that, and the third, right? And your intuition may be very correct, because Plutonians, we have a very strong intuition, or people with heavy Pluto placements, we have a very strong intuition about different things. Wherever that Pluto sits, there is a strong Plutonic energy that is infiltrating that house, whatever placement, house, whatever may it be, right? So you may think that that person is a bad person, this, that, and the third, but they might not even be a bad person. It may just be you projecting your maybe godlike complex onto them, because that ego, that you got to watch out for that ego. That ego wants to have that higher stance than other people, that control. Notice I'm harping a lot on control. This is very powerful. If you want to have friends, you're gonna have to accept people for who they are. Your family, your friends, people that genuinely care about you. Again, this is not saying to have toxic people around you, but the people who genuinely care about you and love you and want you to be better. You got to understand that these people have flaws like you have flaws, right? My bad, y'all. I gotta slow down. When I'm moving through my points, man, I'm going a million miles an hour, because I just feel like I just got so much on my brain to get out. So let me slow down a little bit. Again, I digress. When you're dealing with people who love you and care about you, even these people have flaws, right? You have to accept people for who they are. Don't tolerate disrespect, but you have to learn to accept people for who they are. If you're going to accept this person in your intimate space as a friend, as a partner, you're going to have to accept them as who they are. Hold space for them. Be compassionate towards people because you're no better than anybody else. You have your flaws. You have things that set you back. You have challenges in your life. You have different things that you could do better in. And maybe that person can help you to actually, I'm not going to be honest with you. I think we all know this as Plutonians, as heavy Pluto placement holders, right? We have a higher consciousness. Whatever Pluto touches, it's aiming to break down and rebirth something else. So you have this intuitive nudge that there is a spiritual thing going on, right? There is an uprooting of some sort going on. It's about having compassion, having understanding that that person, whatever I'm annoyed at with that person, they're mirroring back to me whatever is inside of me that I may be suppressing. If you are irked by something, just know that that thing is triggering you for a reason. The uprooting is Pluto is destroying and uprooting things so you can release them. It destroys and uproots it. So with that thing being destroyed, with that, think of an earthquake. When that earthquake pretty much destroys, it shoots out this lava, right? And it destroys things. Now, it creates new landforms though. So it's the uprooting of something through destruction, but it creates something that is long lasting and something that is sustainable. So you got to let that create that. Allow that mirror that somebody is showing you to help you grow better, to help you grow into a better person, to help you grow into a more understanding individual. That's another thing that I've had to understand in this life. And has caused me a lot of pain and suffering because I didn't understand. I just, for the life of me, couldn't understand, why is this person doing this? It's pissing me off that this person continues to try to push my buttons. It's pushing my buttons because I need to learn something. It's causing that destruction and that uprooting so I can look at it and say, I release that. I understand that and I give compassion to that person and myself. And I release it because it's just a mirror. Another thing, stop allowing yourself to be used. A lot of us with Pluto placements, things of that nature, like I said, Pluto is a powerful planet. And you trying to control Pluto in any type of way will destroy you because this power has been around since before you were born. So to think that you can take this power and you can use it to bully and hurt others and control others, manipulate others and things of that nature, or you just simply want to help others and do things the right way. If you choose to take this energy and you overestimate yourself with this energy, whether you're going to the light side or the dark side, you can destroy yourself. That's what I realized. So you going to the dark side, it can destroy you for obvious reasons. You're jumping into things that are in the lower octave of Pluto. That's death, destruction, murder, anything. That is, just use your imagination, right? If you're dealing in the light side, you're always trying to help people. You're always bending over backwards for people. Now you're a doormat. So back to that point. Stop allowing yourself to be used. A lot of times you want to help people. A lot of times you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Be slow to make friends with people. Be slow to trust everyone. I know, and honestly, really, Plutonians, people with heavy Pluto placements, you have planets in you have Pluto in the 8th house. You have Moon in Scorpio. You're a Scorpio rising. You're a Pluto 12th house, Pluto 1st house, Pluto 4th. If you have Pluto placements that are heavily aspected, if you have Pluto heavily aspected in your chart, you already have trust issues. You already don't trust. You are very reluctant to trust people. What I'm saying, there are certain people. Let me see how I can say this. I read while I was doing research, right, that a lot of times we have this filter and we have this built-in BS detector But the ones who we really should watch out for, they somehow manage to squeeze through the cracks and befriend us. Seem like friends when they're really enemies all along. That's not always the case, but just pay attention to that. You have this BS meter that can see stuff from a mile away, things that you see dark matter, you see undercurrents. You can feel, even if you don't see it, you feel undercurrents. Even if you don't see or feel it, you will see it in dreams. You can understand, you understand things on a deeper, subtler, and more tinted, darker level than your average person. Now, with that being said, you got to understand that, again, this goes in two different directions. You go too far to the dark side, to the lower octave, and you destroy yourself. You go too far to the higher side, you end up being a doormat. Don't allow people to use you for their own benefit, to emotionally manipulate you. That was another thing I had to understand, is that when you are a caring person, when you are a nurturing person, you run the risk of running into people. It's not even running the risk. You're going to attract people who are hurting. You're going to attract people who are dealing with emotional battles. You're going to attract people who are just in maybe a lower state of mind, not necessarily meaning they're bad people, but they are naturally attracted to your aura. They're naturally attracted to the allure of who you are as a Plutonian. You are a very attractive person, and this has to do with an energetic feeling, not necessarily a physical thing. Now, you could have the physical attributes that may add to that, but it's mainly an energetic feel that that person feels. They unconsciously know that whatever they're dealing with, you can deal with that and help them heal. You have this mysterious formula that you don't tell people about, that people can't put their finger on it, but they know that person is for me. That person is for me on an unconscious level. Now, the weird part about that is they may seek to destroy you because of that. Not everyone. Some people come in and they genuinely want help, and they actually learn from you, right? And they grow from knowing you. But some people, they do come in and they may try to hurt you. Especially for my Pluto in the first house people, my Pluto in the 12th house people. People may come and try to hurt you, not even realizing that it's something that they are projecting towards you, and you are the type of person that destroys their peace. You're the person that destroys whatever they feel, whatever calm feeling they have within their heart when you come around, even when they think about you. But the truth is, they're projecting on you. And that's why you need to have compassion. Don't let people use you. Don't let people emotionally abuse you for being a caring person, for being a nurturing person, or just for simply having the energy of Pluto. It's very easy to fall into that realm of victimization. Oh, the world is against me. No, the world is not against you. The universe is moving in perfect succession. Everything is as it should be. The universe is teaching you to stand on your own too and have what? Personal power. The big thing about Pluto is about personal power. You need to accept this energy. You need to embrace this energy. So when people are staring at you, when people are choosing to project their things on you, or when people are just looking at you from a state of being in awe, because that's the thing too. It's black and white a lot of times. Either they hate you or they love you. Some people are just but majority of the time it's just opposite ends of the spectrum. You are fine either way. It's about teaching you personal power. Do not let people emotionally abuse you. You can have Pluto in the 10th house. Pluto and Scorpio in the 10th house, in the house of career, in the house of whatever your vocation is, whatever you choose to do for your work. And there may be a situation to where you're obsessed with your work. Maybe you are because you're obsessed with your work, you are focused, you are driven, you're ambitious, and other people want to tear you down because they can see that side of you that or that energy about you that goes for what it wants, goes for what she wants, goes for what he wants, and they're thinking to themselves, how can I take this away from this person? If I'm speaking too fast, my apologies. Again, I get, I'm real passionate about this, right? So again, I digress. People see this about you and they want to tear it down. Some people see it about you and they want to help you come up. But some people see this energy about you and they want to tear you down because it reflects what they may not be doing in their lives, right? So just understand that, again, wherever Pluto is touching, Pluto is choosing to destroy, uproot, destroy, uproot, destroy, uproot, create something better, right? So allow it to do just that. Don't allow people to emotionally abuse you. It's about boundaries. It's about personal power. What is your relationship with power and control? Power and control is not necessarily a negative thing, but it's how you are viewing it. Are you turning that Pluto onto yourself? Which I'm gonna talk to you about at the end of the video, right? Okay. Live loud. A lot of times, I'm looking at the wrong side of the camera. What am I doing? A lot of times, with you having a strong energy about yourself, especially like, say, for example, if you were a Pluto in the 12th house, this energy is it can be hidden from you. So you don't know why people are giving you the reactions that you are getting from people. You may want to grow and be a better person, but every time you feel yourself gaining power, even though you've been treated like maybe crap for your younger years, everybody's been pushing you down all your life, and you finally are getting that energy to come out and to explore and to turn the dial up on that plutonic energy, to turn the dial up on who you are as a person. And now you're seeing people come against you for some reason. Understand that people, again, will project their stuff onto you. If you have people talking about you and you've done nothing to hurt them, understand that these people are projecting their own issues onto you. Say, for example, again, Pluto in the first house, right? This Pluto energy is now being pushed out through the house of Aries, the first house. This is a person who is more aware of the energy they carry in respects to Pluto, but they too can have a lot of enemies, leeches, people who just want to see them undone. But the thing about Pluto is, no matter where Pluto is, 12th, 1st, 4th, 6th, 7th, wherever it is, no matter what anybody says about you, no matter what anybody tries to do to bring you down, it may shoot you down a little bit, but you always come back. And not only do you come back, but you come back stronger. And you may turn that enemy into an ally. Plot twist. That's not how it happens all the time. But what happens all the time is you always come back. You do always come back stronger. You always come back stronger. I'm telling you. If you look at your life and look at the things you've been through, you will see what I'm saying is true. Think about the worst things that happen in your life and look at you standing, looking at this video right now. It's a real thing, okay? Live loud. Be who you are authentically. That's how you attract your tribe. That's how you attract the people that are for you. It may take some time for them to come, but as cliche as it sounds, live authentically as you are, and you will attract the people that you are supposed to attract in your life. How they gonna find you? You still being weird. Being weird is not being who you are. Weird energy is out the window. Be weird in a good way. All right. Be careful of egocentrism. A lot of times you read these articles about Plutonians and about how we're alluring and how we're so attractive and mystical and mysterious and things of that nature. And we just attract people. And we have all this power, and all this stuff is true, fine and dandy. But you may have had people obsessed with you or trying to take you down, this, that, and the third. But understand that you have also had jealous streaks. You have also had envy, because what is Pluto about? Obsessions, jealousy, envy, hurt, death, destruction, addiction, vices, things of that nature. Also, though, it is about a bunch of light. It's about truth. It's about authenticity. It's about the revealing, the unveiling of things, right? So, like other people have done you, understand that there is a spiritual responsibility with having this energy. If you have these heavy placements, Pluto conjunct the ascendant, Pluto first house, Scorpio rising, Pluto 12th house, if you have these certain type of placements, you have to understand that there's a heavy responsibility that comes with it, right? You have to understand what this means. This means that you can't just be doing stuff. You have to understand things from a more compassionate and a more spiritual standpoint, okay? When you're going about your life, understanding that you too, maybe in past lives, were equally as jealous driven and envy driven and wanting to undo other people, if you believe in past lives, right? You equally wanted to be that type of person, or were actively being that type of person, right? You may have people obsessed with you currently right now. That's the energy of Pluto. That's fine. People find you alluring and they want to get to know you. They want to, and that may make your ego go. There's nothing wrong with having ego and healthy self-respect, right? A healthy respect for yourself, but also understand that you too can be obsessed with people. I can definitely attest to me having me being obsessed with certain people to a certain extent. Yes, for sure. I can attest to being jealous, obsessed with a person, an idea, a certain way of being, a certain idea. Obsession is Pluto rules obsessions. Again, Pluto rules being narcissistic to a certain degree. We're all narcissistic to a certain degree. It's just what part of the spectrum you're on, right? You too can be manipulative, conniving, deceptive, etc., right? So check your ego at the door, right? Whenever you catch yourself, oh, I'm better than them because I'm a Plutonian and I got all this strength and this power. Understand that that's not what the universe gave you this energy for. That's not what the Supreme Creator God gave you this energy for, or whoever you believe is a higher power. You got this energy to be able to be a catalyst for growth for not only yourself but other people, so you can help uplift this planet. What is going on today? You are here to help uplift this planet. You're not here to just make it through this thing. Understand me. You didn't come here to make it through this thing. Some people did come here to learn certain lessons from a slower standpoint, I'd say. But you, no. You didn't come here for that. You came here to be the teacher, the guru, maybe the sage, the person who has wisdom that they can help other people from countless lifetimes, or from compounded interest of pain and suffering, right? Ego is not necessarily the enemy, but it needs to be kept in check, right? That's all I'm saying. Egocentrism. Be careful of that. You have a spiritual responsibility to be the light amongst people. Wherever you are, we're all spread out to help other people. We're all spread out in different areas of the globe. Wherever you're spread out at, you be that catalyst for growth. And you know how you do that? Just by being authentic to who you are. Don't think too hard about it. You already understand me. And last but not least, unconditional self-love, compassion, and surrender. Unconditional self-love. Remember what I was saying earlier in the video when I said, turn that Pluto onto yourself. Turn that rugged, death, and destructive energy onto yourself so you can become a better person. Personal, professional, and spiritual development need to be the top 3 things in your life. Priorities, the Mount Rushmore of what you focus on in this life. Spiritual, professional, and personal development. If you're not in a professional sphere, just personal and spiritual development. The Mount Rushmore of what you're doing in this life. Paramount. Unconditional self-love, unconditional compassion, unconditional love for yourself, unconditional compassion for yourself, and unconditional surrender to situations, people, environments, and external stimuli of all kinds. You are, in a sense, detached from these things. You are still in tune with these things and understand it from a human experience because you're a spiritual being having a human experience. But you got to understand that you need to be detached from these things to a certain extent. Surrender to the process. Surrender to maybe that person maybe being a way that you may not want them to be. They're in their own spiritual journey. You have boundaries and get away from them if you need to be away from them, if they are being toxic to your life. But wanting them to be a different type of way is not going to change anything. They're going to continue being who they are. And matter of fact, the universe is going to push them closer to you if you are continuing to be a person of not having boundaries, or if you're being a person who needs to learn a lesson from that person. The universe is going to push that person towards you until you choose to say, you know what, I surrender to what that person is in this state of mind. And they may never change, and I accept that. Romantic interest. Why does this person not treat me right? Why does this person not want to love me? Why does this person not want to choose me? Why is this friend acting like this towards me? Accept people for who they are. The first time, accept people for who they are. Be slow to trust people. Be slow to let people in your intimate space. And when I say be slow to trust people, it doesn't mean you be an a-hole to people. It doesn't mean you don't allow people to have that chance. Give people the benefit of the doubt. But if you get an energetic nudge from God saying, hey, you probably shouldn't be dealing with that person, don't deal with them. Plot twist. If you have an energetic nudge between, hey, you probably shouldn't go to that place. That is not the five senses talking to you. Don't let it go over your head. Let it go in your heart. Unconditional self-love, compassion, and surrender. You got to surrender. That's the biggest thing I'm learning. I have to surrender to the things that I think I have to change about people in external circumstances. You will always come out on top. I'm telling you. But you have to trust that spiritual energy. Understand you have a spiritual responsibility. You're not better than people, but you are different. You are different. You're not better than anybody, but you are different. It's time to move like it's time to embrace it. Embrace that authenticity. The biggest thing I want you to get from this video is you need to understand these themes: control, personal power, and unconditional authenticity. Unconditional. It's unconditional. It's unquestioned. No exception. Unconditional personal power, unconditional understanding of who you are as an authentic being, and understanding that you have to let go of control. Surrender so you can have real peace, so you can truly be the catalyst for growth that you are. Plutonian, keep going. I love you. It's your boy BK in the building. If you watch this, it's because you're not a payway. Understand that you are a powerful being. Meditate. Get them 5 to 10 minutes in. Go more if you can. You got this. I'm telling you, you got this. It's not going to always be easy, but I don't care what's happening, how many times you fall down. You know what I'm talking. Understand what I'm saying. For real, let it into your heart. You will always come back on top. I don't care. You had a mission before anybody had an opinion. Before even your own thoughts had opinions about your own self. Understand me. I love you. Let's go.